Peace. For heaven's sake, 100. Peace, peace, peace. Smoke with me, talk with me for a minute, man. Yo, this week was crazy. A lot of shit was going on, man. Like, I don't know where to start with my personal situations with these people online, man, social media. I'm older than these other cats, man. I'm different. Just cause I'm older. Man, listen. These dudes that solicit you online, these dudes that get at you online and try to jump in your DM, oh, they can push your record or they can promote you. Yo, it's hard to tell who's serious from who's not serious, man. 1,000,001 people are out there trying to get into this rap shit. You got to be able to tell sense from nonsense, man. A lot of these guys aren't ready. A lot of them are just building themselves, and that's okay. Because you need time. To do anything great, you're going to have to take time to do that shit. Now, when you run into a nigga who trying to solicit you, and they're going to use things like, oh, you ain't ready, or oh, you ain't on point, so you can't. Don't let them tell you where you at in the game. Don't let nobody tell you where you at in the game. You need to know where you at. You need to know where you stand in the game, man. Like, independent artists that aren't signed to a label don't have a machine behind them. Nigga just finding bread to put into them based on whatever they hustle is. It could be a million things. Nigga could be out there selling Post-its and investing in himself. And you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? What up, man? Peace, peace. Thanks for tuning in to For Heaven's Sake 100, man. Smoke with me, talk with me, man. Smoke with me, talk with me. You know? Rappers that are independent, they need to stay focused, man. You got all these cats. Hell yeah, you can get a shout out, man. Ice Wallace come. What is it? Yeah, man. You can get a shout out, man. I just you gotta switch up your name though. Hey, you ain't gonna get too many shout outs with that name though. Cheers, bro. One time, man. Thank you for tuning in For Heaven's Sake 100. Spread the word, like, tag, share. Go download the Spotify project. The Leo project is out there right now, man. Download that. Let me know what you think, man. Hit me up. It's a lot of shit going on, man. Like I was saying with these independent artists, man. Stay in the struggle, man. Don't let nobody tell you who you are, man. Don't let nobody tell you where you at in the game, dog. That's where everybody goes wrong. I think that's where a lot of people get mistaken. And then, if you older like me, right? My generation, the golden generation, where all the hip hop comes from, where all the classic music comes from, my era. Nah, don't get me wrong, yo. I love the new music, the new wave. I have really not too many problems with it. As you might think, I might have a lot of problems with it because of my style of music and shit. But I don't mind it because I remember when I was bumping Doggy Style and my mom was just like, yo, what are you doing? What is that dude saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like me now. I'm in the game and I'm looking at my kids like, yo, what is these guys saying? What are they talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a change of the generation. You know what I'm saying? Then there's specifics about respect to hip hop and all of that and the industry. But this is what happens when you franchise anything. Hip hop got franchised. And most rappers that come from the angle I'm coming from, they get angry. Oh, and then they have this old nigga syndrome shit that they be talking about. The old nigga syndrome. I'm like, all right. You can say that, but we do got classics in our years. But the change of the guard, I don't think rappers in the 90s and the 80s, early 2000s even, are respecting what is going on right now. Because every time there's a conversation about hip hop, whoever's talking always clarifies what side of the fence that they're standing on. They always clarify that. Like, oh, we talking about that real hip hop shit. We're talking about that trap shit. They label that shit, you know, and I think we need to start doing, I heard Quincy Jones say, something very key. Quincy said, we need to stop letting the labels, or he said straight to the labels, he was like, yo, the labels need to stop labeling the music. Stop saying this is this. Let the artist do music with everybody. Let everybody work with everybody. You might come up with something brand new, like, just let them work freely. Don't tell them, yo, this is this. Yo, this is that. Yo, if you make this type of music, this is this genre you in. I mean, nothing wrong with categorizing and saying, okay, well, because there's things like jazz and stuff that's been there. But it's getting split because, once again, hip-hop got franchised. So we're getting split into too many different pieces. I mean, there was a point where drill music was coming out, and it was drill music, and being from Florida down here, we get music late. If you ask me, if you're not on the internet looking, you get music late. There's a lot of music that I heard just driving up north. You drive up north once, your radio station changes, you'll start hearing shit you don't never hear before. So you got to keep that in mind when you're talking about the consumption of hip hop. The consumption of music itself has changed. People consume it differently. People watch it differently. They stream that shit straight through their phone. The internet took the streets out of it. You used to go in the streets and be able to find music. Now you can't do that. You got, you go online and you're sifting through a lot of the stuff, but you're not really, it's like you're not finding the exclusive. Back in the day, you could, yo, what's that? And bumping in somebody's car, and then you had to go look for it. You had to actually go look for it. You know what I'm saying? But it's different, man. That's my joint right there. Hey. For heaven's sake, 100. For heaven's sake, 100. One blood. Everybody needs to listen to this right now. The country is divided. The country is divided. You got a lot of people fighting. You got a lot of, Circle Junior Reid. Circle Junior Reid, man. Yeah. One blood. Hey. Yo, Circle, that big dude. Big tune. You could have come from Rima, you come from jungle. Could have come from fire house, you come from tower. One blood. Smoke with me. Yo, smoke with me. Could have come from Europe, you come from Africa. One blood. Smoke with me, talk with me. For heaven's sake, 100, man. I'm out here trying to do a lot of shit, man. I'm trying to push these records, right? I got a couple more records that I'm doing right now that I'm writing, and they're different than anything I've ever done before. Anything, just like what I was talking about. I watched the Quincy Jones documentary because I'm a documentary guy. Documentaries on anything. I'm a documentary dude. So watching the Quincy Jones doc, I learned a lot about his perspective on music. I take away something from every documentary that I look at, you know what I'm saying? And I take away a lot sometimes, but this specific documentary with Quincy, I took away the fact that he looks at music on its purest form. Like when he's making music, people forget. I mean, I guess the younger kids don't know, but when Quincy Jones is making music, he got a paper in front of him and a pen in his hand, and he is writing the notes on the paper that the violin is gonna play, that the bass is gonna play. He's doing, I want this to come in here. I want that. That's why you will see him in the front with the maestro joint, with the baton, maestro. You'll see that because he's writing this music. So he looks at shit on a different level than me. And I mean, like you got to be a musician. Like this is where I say it separates from being a musician and being a rapper, because you'll never really get to that purified form of music. My opinion only, I think if you play an instrument, you're talking to music or building on music way more pure than a rapper or a guy who's writing lyrics to that music. You know what I mean? Because to play an instrument, first of all, you got to build a relationship with that instrument, because you are going to convey your feelings or how you feeling through that instrument. No matter who had a million people play the guitar, but everybody plays that shit differently. It's still the same instrument. So they learn how to bring what they're feeling through that instrument. You got to learn and build and bond and do that. So I think when you learn how to write, it's more an expressive thing. It's connected with feeling also, but it also depends on how much vocabulary you know in said language, how smart you are, how you can put the words together, how clever you are. A lot of things come into play as a writer that would make you a great writer. Not everything is, because you can be very simple and come across very, very, beautiful, like Sade. Very simple lyrics, not too complicated. But then you got, other artists like your Sade and then your Anita Baker, where she'll sing about love, but you'll have to listen to understand. Like, she'll have a song where she's talking about the ring is more important, and you'll listen to the intricacy of the lyrics versus the Sade coming at you, your love is king. Boom, your love is king. That's the topic. Your love is king. She's not really going to give you too many metaphors and all of that. You're going to get the straight love energy, straightforward. Whitney Houston, a lot of lyrics, a lot of different lyrics, different style, different song. This is a different era. Yeah, man. I think that's what we need to do. We're looking at music on a different level, like Quincy. I get to learn things, man. Or at least trying to, because I don't write music like that. But then when you get your own music now, you say, okay, well, I've been making this type of music for how long? Let's try this. Most artists can't do that because they get their talent nowadays. I'm saying nowadays artists. I don't see that. I don't see them taking chances. I see Kendrick taking chances. I see J. Cole taking chances. Even with the last album, J. Cole took a chance by making the new age music, but he did it in a lyrical way. You know what I mean? So it's the internet made you have to work harder. You got to work harder as an artist. You got to give them more content, and it has to be content that's different. When it comes to music, especially, you can make trap music all the time you are rapping, but when you started rapping, if you started making trap in the beginning, if that's what you started doing, it's only right for you to try to do other shit. If y'all ain't go check out the Wu Chains 36 Trap Houses, you playing yourself. You hear me? For heaven's sake, 100 on YouTube, Lightning Group, Loud Pack Lion Network. Go check out the Loud Pack Lion Network. You'll get a lot of exclusive videos there. Vintage videos when I was with the conference team. You'll get all of that on Loud Pack Lion. Back to what I was saying though. Man, listen. It's not a joke. Smoke with me. Talk with me. I'm gonna go live because I got shit to say. Man. These records that I'm making are gonna be completely different than what I was doing before. I think I'm challenging myself to be versatile. Most people, they say, oh, well, Flow Rider sold out. Pitbull. I'm in Florida, so Pitbull is a big artist down here, along with Flow Rider and these other artists, but they represent the state on a different level. You feel me? Like, this is they could get booked on the same bill with Lady Gaga. That's money. That's real shit. More people listening to your sound. You know what I mean? Vegetable, they rebel, hey. Vegetable. Yo, big up my Jamaicans, man. That's that tune right there, man. Oh. Wow. Yo, big up Sly and Robbie, man. Big up Shaggy. Yo, there's a new, like I said, there's a new project. Wu Chains. Nigga call himself Wu Chains. Yeah. Wu Chains. I fuck with that shit, man. Y'all need to go check out the Wu Chains mixtape. It's a blend tape. 2 Chainz got on all of the classic hip hop, all the classic hip hop Wu-Tang shit, like boom bap. Some shit, most of it's from 36 Chambers, but then he jumped on some other records that wasn't on 36 Chambers. He jumped on 2 more records that was not on 36 Chambers. I think 2 or 3. But the shit was amazing. I sat down and listened to the whole thing. It was dope. Shout out to Murph, man. Represent Miramar. Miramar in the building. Miramar to the fullest. Murder Mar. Go check that mixtape out. I listened to that. That shit was banging. Webbs, you killed that shit. Webbs got some verses on there. I love to watch Miramar work together, man, and see these guys come together and do different mixtapes. Go check that shit out on Spotify. Murder Mar, my man Murph, all right? Don't forget. Go check out that shit on Spotify. Listen to that gangster hip-hop shit too, man. You know, just because I make that underground boom bap doesn't mean I don't listen to that gangster shit too. I listen to everything, man. We listen to Hall & Oates. Listen, look at this. Look at this right here. This right here is, I got the Fall Out Boy. Let's look at my catalog real quick. Let's look at my shit I'm riding around in my car with. Let's look. You know I'm a Marvel guy, right? We're going to start a Marvel channel soon. Y'all need to stay tuned to that shit. Hold on. Look at this. Gotta have the Guardians of the Galaxy. Because if you watch that movie, you know that there's a lot of classic shit on this right here. If you don't know about this, you sleeping. This is something that, yeah, y'all sleep. And when's the last time you even seen a CD? Yeah, where did Hef get that? Y'all don't even know. Gotta have this. Look at that. I saw this in the store. I was like, yo, it's a bootleg version. Look at, somebody bought the rights to something. Look at Sony. Look at that. That looked like a picture them niggas never wanted to use. That shit look at Mike. That shit look like, yo, Mike got the ill belt. Look at Mike's belt. Oh, let me try to show you Mike's belt. That's crazy. Mike look the freshest still. Son got the hat on. No, this look like a picture ain't nobody wanted to see. Look at Marlon over there in the corner. Yeah, man, I gotta have the classic shit. And if you know, if I got that and I'm listening to that, you know I gotta have this. Don't let nobody front on you, man. This man right here, this is some classic shit. I got everything on here. Okay? I have to have the best of, because when I'm switching through, you know, it's not, for y'all young niggas, this ain't the iPod or the whatever. This is a radio. So you open the disc and you put the disc inside of the radio. So when you want to switch songs, you literally got to do that. Switch songs. All right? Whoa, hold on. We can't miss this one either. I got to show y'all this in my catalog too. Hold on. This is a must. You hear what I'm saying? For heaven's sake, 100 on YouTube. Smoke with me. Talk with me. This shit, Sly and Robbie and Shaggy, man. That it's a great album. Shaggy came back and gave him straight lyrics. All right, boom. Gotta have this too. If you don't know who this is, if you think, oh, he said the Bee Gees. Oh, that sounds like something you could catch. Oh, he got the Bee Gees. You are young. These guys are responsible for a hell of a lot of classics you probably listened to growing up and don't even know it. Even some of the hip-hop songs you love come from these 3 white men, but you don't know that because you really don't listen to music, but you're going to find out today because you watch For Heaven's Sake 100. So that's the type of shit. Hold on, let me see. Now, you know what? I got kids, right? So if I want my kids, I don't do kids bop or nothing like that. Beam. All right, I had to go get this. Shout out to Justin Timberlake on executive producing. Executive music producer. I don't know what that means because I don't know why they threw music in there. So I guess he just organized all the stuff. But yo, they redid a lot of classics. If you got kids and you watched that movie, you know that there's a lot of classics, remakes, a lot of dope shit. That's the type of shit that I'm riding around with. Y'all know who Hall & Oates is. If you don't know who Hall & Oates is, you're sleeping. You sleep. Well, hold on. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Hold on. I forgot to show you. Look at this. If you don't got one of these and you ain't listening to this, at no point in your day, if you ain't listening to this, something is wrong with you. This is classic. Look at his face. That's a black man, and it's some of the greatest rock and roll ever made. Ever. I said it. I said it. I make hip-hop music, but I'm listening to Jimi Hendrix, and it's the best of course. Once again, I need all the records. Sometimes I'll get two of the best of, you know what I'm saying? But once I get my aux cord popping, I might have to get rid of when you cut him out on the fucking camera, you know what I'm saying? Hell no, fuck that. Not doing that, y'all. We ain't doing that, y'all. Oh, yo, big things are going. I spent like 20 minutes with y'all, man. This is a live stream. I know y'all ain't gonna see it till later. Like, tag, share. You know what I'm saying? Go on the channel, man. Search through my channel. Look at the evolution. Comment on the evolution, man. Help actually guide me to the next space, because I know y'all watching. That video on math got a lot of views. A lot of views. More than I've ever gotten, you know what I'm saying? So, moving forward, like, tag, share, go down into For Heaven's Sake and find out what's going on. Download the Spotify link. Everybody got a Spotify link today, man. It's like these distribution companies, man. We gotta start watching them, man. TuneCore, DistroKid. Independent artists need to create a website that take care of independent artists, because I'm not too sure about. There's always somebody in the game trying to do some digital shit. This week I had dealt with a lot of that shit. She pissed me off. Hey, Big Tone. Boom. Hey.
I've been checking you out, what you
Big Tone.
And a girl like you will cause worries into my world.
I ain't ready for that.
Cause if I pick you up, girl, it's pain and misery.
Now imagine I do some hip hop on shit like that.
That is so rude.
Switch that shit up and do.
Like, boy, go home to your mama. Your mama, hey. Go home to your papa. Your papa, you're too young to be lover. My lover.
Big Tone.
%, black and 5% white in jails. 95%
in jails. Listen to what he's saying.
% white in jails. No, you'd better want you to change your intention. Whoa, and try to set up a production.
Yo, a lot of the message too, man. The message in the music matters too, but we all know negativity spreads faster, right, y'all? So, and then too, like, independent artists, I gotta say something else to you guys before I get up out of here. Independent artists, please know your worth. Don't let nobody tell you how much you're worth, man. When they ask you what you want, know what you want, man. Know what you want. Know your worth. Don't let up, man. If you're doing this shit and you really love it and you're really chasing it, don't let nobody dictate how fast you go. Trust in your process. Be still. Trust in the fact that you'll make it, no matter what you're doing. Basketball is music. Trust your process. Trust the building process. Trust what you're going through. Because a lot of people, it's hard. It's hard for them to keep going and doing what they're doing and continue. And you got all these people around you and no one's saying nothing positive. Keep going. Keep pushing. Because there's always someone that respects hard work. If nothing else. Someone always respects work ethic. And if you have to do this 8 hours a day, that's what you gotta do. This is hip hop. For me, it's hip hop. For this channel, it's hip hop. But if I was selling lighters, if I was selling stickers, if I was selling t-shirts, it'll be the same thing. Chase your vision with that mentality. That's one thing I want to tell my independent artists, man. 8 hours a day, man. If you're not doing it like a real job, I mean, you ain't gonna go from 0 to 60. You ain't gonna go that fast in real life. If you got your job, you got your kids, you got your family, whatever, or if you've got high school, you got your stuff you gotta do. Don't ease up. Don't tell yourself you ain't, don't let nobody else tell you where you at. Find your time, make your time, and focus on what you gotta do. Because it doesn't matter how fast you're going, it matters if it's getting done. You can move one piece a day. You can get up to 4 hours a day into this shit. Whatever it is that you're doing, that you want to go forward in. Dedicate 4 hours a day into it, 2 hours a day until it gets up. Then you're doing it for like 8 hours a day. Now it's a shift, now it's a job. Every day you get up, you got that pocket of time you done carved out for it. It's just about discipline and consistency. And that's what I think is the most important thing for me. I'm saying to you what I tell myself. So when the independent artists see me and they say, yo, Hev's bigger than he's doing his thing, this and that. Nah, every time I'm on the internet, every time you see something being shared, that shit is me on my phone sharing. You know what I'm saying? That's me sharing on my phone. Hey, one time for Florida weather. Yo. That's real. Not getting cottonmouth on camera, Hev. You're not doing it. One time for heaven's sake 100, man. One time for the one person that's watching me right now. One time for you. Because I see you and you're watching me. One time for you, okay? Because I know my people usually see this shit later. But it's like I said, keep pushing. It's one person right now. All right? Who knows what it's going to be in a couple months, in a couple weeks. Me, myself, I'm telling you these things so I can build and reinforce that energy. Keep going, keep pushing. Check out the records. Check out what I'm doing. I got some shit coming out. I'm trying to do a documentary called Lightning in the Bottle. Documentaries aren't easy. Like I told you before, I'm a documentary guy. But doing a documentary on yourself, I don't know. You're going to have to dig up some shit you may not want. And you ain't famous, so it's like, yuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where you got to make yourself interesting, though. You know what I'm saying? You have to become a character of your own movie. And I think that's very important. You know what I mean? To make it entertaining as a documentary, because it can become boring very fast. Very, very fast. There's documentaries that are like, oh my God, I love the information, but they are dragging. Even the Quincy Jones documentary, I didn't like how they edited that shit. They edited that shit like it was a Quentin Tarantino movie. Just because his life was so long, the man is 85 years old. You know what I'm saying? They kept jumping back and forth in his life, showing you old and showing you new and showing you old. I didn't like that. It's 85 years, brother. You could have put decades in pockets and did the same thing, but I don't know. It was okay. Rashida Jones, his daughter, did it. She's not a director, so to speak. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But she did a good job for her first project and being her dad's stuff. But QD3 has experience. His son, Quincy Jones, the third, got experience. He's the guy that did Beef. I think from my recollection, he's the one that did Beef. So, shout out to the second person that came in to check me. One time for you. Like I said, man, all my followers usually gonna see this shit a lot later than I stream it. But I'm gonna stream it live anyway because I have a hard time doing these small ass videos. I have a hard time stopping my life and doing small ass little videos and posting those shits. It's a process. You don't want to post garbage. You don't want to post bullshit. So you trying to put what you want the people to see. This is your channel. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good, man. It's all good, man. A lot of people They see this and they be like, yo, yeah, I saw Heaven earlier. Yeah, it's consistency. I'll be back next week. I'll be back tomorrow. Check out the stream, for heaven's sake, 100. Check out Loud Pack Lion on YouTube, man. Loud Pack Lion. Shout out to Luciano Management for getting me on the Orlando show. I enjoyed myself. The rappers were great. Shout out to Lil Coop. Yeah, man. I met a lot of artists out there that were nice. I can't remember any of y'all names, but, you know, one love right now. I'm sure we'll get up with each other and start making dope-ass music. But check out the Spotify link, man. The Leo Project is out there. Sauvignon Blanc is coming soon. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, we're going to keep it moving, man. We're going to keep it popping. And get in the comments and hit me up. Look at the growth, scroll the timeline, all of that shit. Shout out to my man Reason Being. Shout out to my man Ruben Perez, yo. Everybody that reached out to me and actually said something when I was streaming. Peace. For heaven's sake, 100. Get at the half, yo.